racism's kind of like a cloud. You know what I mean? Like it's a bunch of clouds that just hover over America all the fucking time. And it's very frustrating because I feel like it's a lot of white people who are walking around with giant umbrellas, like black umbrellas that they can't even see that it's raining sometimes, you know what I mean? And then it's like people of color are walking around like, damn, it's about to rain. And we're just like cognizant of it all the time. I'd rather keep it real with ya. Hey y'all, it's me, Minu, back with another video. I have the ace flag behind me. Hopefully Sadie or Morticia do not destroy it during the video. And I got this cute shirt on. I figure, it's October, it's Halloween, you know what I mean? Like, I got it from Hot Topic. I figure it fits. Has nothing to do with the video. Just a shirt that I think is cute. If I'm a little sweaty, it's because I got up early to brave going to Walmart. I have a lot of social anxiety, so going to Walmart is like, oh my God, there's so many people. To buy new shoes for the first time in probably like a year or two. And I wanted to get them cheap because Sadie's sick. They don't know what's wrong with her. So I know I'm going to have to pay a lot of money for like some tests and everything. So I don't want to spend that much money. And I am going to Mexico at the end of the month. So I know I'm going to spend money, but I shouldn't spend that much money because it's Mexico. But you never know. Some people might be like, there'll be 1,000 pesos for your coffee. And I'd be like, okay. Hopefully my friend won't let me get played like that. But who knows? Who knows how it's going to go down? But first off, I wanted to thank everybody for commenting on, really last video y'all really commented on was like cultural appropriation and asexual video. But any video you comment on, I do my best to reply to every single comment and like every single comment because like I said, I want it to be a discourse. I'm not just talking to myself here. I'm talking to you guys. And so I want us to be able to talk to each other and have conversations with each other. I do not like echo chambers. I think that's stupid. But I am here to share my opinion, and then I'm here to hear your opinion, and I can respond. So I appreciate everybody who comments on everything. I appreciate everybody who has liked the videos, everybody who has subscribed to my videos. It means a lot to me. I've gotten to meet some really cool people in my comments, so I appreciate all of it 100%. So today I want to talk about the reaction-y clickbaity thing title would be something like racism in the asexual community. Now I want to be clear about something. I don't really call people racist a lot. And don't get me wrong, I've met some racists and I have some videos about it. Like, I think what video was that? I think it was one on like being black in America. And I had these, and I talked about when I first went to a PWI and I met all these white people who were just desperate. They were desperate to tell me their racist ideas. They were like, hey, you're black. Let me tell you what the problem is with the black community. And I was like, damn, nigga, I'm getting lunch. What the fuck? But they love to do it. And so like some of those people, like even when you try to talk to them, even when you try to explain your experiences, they just don't believe it. They want to believe that black people are inherently bad. Or don't want to have financial stability or romantic stability or anything like that. And those people, I would say those people are racist because it's like, no matter what you tell them, no matter how much interaction they have with black people, they still are very determined to think less of you. So yeah, like I talked about in my white liberals video, is kind of more on the side of like, well-meaning white people, I guess. Like they don't outright say things like they hate black people or they think black people are bad. It's more of how to put this, they just choose never to interact with black people or other people of color. And one example was I have this white woman who I work with her on some film projects, and she's in the film community, and I really like her. She's really nice. And I was, she had this podcast, and I can even link it because it's on YouTube, basically where she was like, they were talking about Beloved. So they were talking about like black women and black men relationships and stuff in like a post-slavery era. and it was all white people on the panel, and they was like, we got to get a black person in here. And so she called me and was like, Minu, can you please come talk on this? And I was like, sure. And while we were talking, I mentioned how I had all these friends from like, what are y'all doing in there? Calm down. The cats are fighting. And I was talking about how I have all these friends from like different backgrounds, Asian, Latin, black, white, da 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 da. And so I was talking about that, and she was talking about like, man, all my friends are white women. And I was like, And she was like, I wish I could make more black friends. And I was like, what are y'all? Can y'all calm down, please? Morticia, Sadie, why are both of y'all zooming around the house at this exact moment? Okay. And she was like, man, I wish I had more black friends. And I was like, you think they just gonna, run up on you at Whole Foods and say, hey, I need a white friend. Do you need a black friend? Like, no, that's not how it works. You have to be somebody who's willing to go around people of color and interact with people of color. You can't just say, oh, I wish, like, it'd be nice if I knew more people of color, but it just so happens in this city that is majority black that all my friends are white women. You don't notice how weird that is? Like, it's one thing if the city was majority white. Like, this ain't Wisconsin or some shit, You're in a majority black city and none of your friends are people of color. Sounds to me like you're choosing to do that. But she's like, liberal white person, very well meaning. And I feel like a lot of the white people in these A spaces are more in that realm of like the well-meaning white person. So let me talk about the A space. So I'm going to talk about the A space in general, and then I'm going to talk more specifically about the dating space. But the A space in general is very white. It's very white. We notice anybody who's ace, who's been in a single ace group, knows that it is very, very white. There's a lot of like Canadian, UK, New York, LA white people, and it just is what it is. And I remember in one of my groups, I can't remember which one it is, but it's a big, big group. And they actually made like 1 day out the month of every month is like PLC day. They would say something like, only people of color can post in the group on this day so that people of color can, have a voice and stop getting drowned out by like all the white voices. And it's crazy that they even had to do that, because it's true. I was seeing, black people trying to post things, trying to connect with, people from similar backgrounds, even if you were just trying to connect with other people of color, and it was just be a sea of white people. Like a black person might say something like, hey, I want to know what the PLCs in the group feel like about, people fetishizing your race, even though you're an ace person, and automatically assuming that you're like hypersexual or something like that. And then it would be a bunch of comments of, well, I'm a white woman, but here's my opinion. And I'd be like, did nobody ask you for your opinion? No, wait, what are you doing, Betty? I don't know what you're doing. And that would happen all the time. And it happens in other spaces too, where there's the well-meaning white people where they feel like they got to say something. I even had one thing where a Latin person was asking about how they felt about cultural appropriation of Latin culture. And it was a bunch of white people like, and I think of this. And we're like, didn't nobody ask you? Anyway. Sorry, I went off on a tangent. It's been a lot of stuff about the cultural appropriation this week. Just go watch the other video. I'll get off of it. But anyway, the ace spaces are overwhelmingly white, and there are even like some people who have made groups that are specifically like for black ace people. And those groups are just very, very tiny. So like, I don't think it's a stretch to say that the ace community as a whole is just majority white. Which I wouldn't mind normally, but it's causing some problems. So, like I said, when you are trying to talk about your experience, specifically your experience as a black person or a person of color, you just get overwhelmed by all the white responses. I even posted one time because I felt like as a black ace woman, when I'm trying to date and everything, like I have struggles. I have a lot of struggles. And some of those struggles being the fact that I am what I don't know what they call it these days, voluptuous. I got curves, overweight, fat, whatever the fuck. but I am a large black woman, and those women are often fetishized and hypersexualized. And when you're trying to date, it's really hard because people are automatically sexualizing you because of what your body looks like and because of your skin. And so I had posted about, like, man, I really want to speak about the difficulties dating as a black ace person or even an ace person of color. I said both. And then there was a bunch of white women in the comments who were like, well, I don't understand how this is different from anybody dating as an ace person. I don't understand, why does it have to be black specifically? Like, is it different? And I was like, first of all, did nobody ask you? Second of all, I'm not here to explain to you why me being black makes dating more difficult. You think that you would just assume, at the very least, like, I understand white privilege. You guys are insulated from, things that happen to people of color, but you gotta at least just assume that it's different. Maybe you think it's racist to think it's different. It's different. It's different. I don't have the time when I'm out here trying to connect with other people of color about their experiences to find support. I don't have the time to educate every white woman in the comments who are like, I don't understand why you had to make this post because it's difficult dating as an asexual in general. Like, why do you have to talk about black people in specific? And I'm just like, there y'all go again. So, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm still in those groups. And I've also joined the black asexual groups. I'm in every ace group possible. I'm in sex repulsed ace groups. I'm in the kink ace groups, like, I'm in all of the groups because I just want to, I like different opinions, and I don't talk a lot in groups where I don't feel like it really fits me as a label. I just kind of listen to what other people talk about and kind of like support them in their struggles. Cause I'm not into kink. I'm sex repulsed. I just have nothing to do with kink, but I'm in the groups because I'm curious and I support people and I listen to them and what they have to say and I uplift them. But I don't go making posts in the kink groups about my feelings as a sex repulsed ace because that's stupid. But some people feel like they just got to say stuff. So like, I'm still in the groups, like I said, but it's frustrating. But yeah, it is very difficult trying to date as a black ace person, especially when you're trying to date allosexual people. But also it's difficult dating even other aces because I am in several ace dating groups. I have been since last year. I'm in QPR groups. I'm in sex repulsed ace dating groups. I'm in singles groups, like all of that. I've made all my posts in those groups and introductions and everything. And I've noticed some things. I've noticed some trends. And I mean, if you're a person of color, you already know what I'm about to say. You already know what I'm about to talk about because you've already experienced it. But if you're a white person, you probably just conveniently ignored it. But even in those groups, and they're supposed to be super inclusive, and they have all these questions you have to answer before you join the group to make sure that no one crazy gets in. And I've already talked about in my last Ace video about how seemingly straight cis men get in and people are scared to say anything about it. So that's one issue, but we've already addressed that issue. The other issue is when you are fat or you are a person of color, the chances of people speaking to you on these platforms is very, very low. And how do I explain this? So let's say there's a black woman on there. Very beautiful black woman. She's got, and we have the longest fucking intro post of anything. Like, it's a whole form that people fill out because they are trying to let you know every single thing about them. The form would be like name, location, what's your romantic orientation? Are you sex repulsed? Are you sex positive? What are your hobbies? What are your favorite colors? What are your favorite food? What are your favorite animals? Do you want kids? Like, it asks fucking everything. This shit is more detailed than OkCupid and what you have to say when you make these intro posts. And you don't have to, but people do it because they're like, if you rock with anything I just said, please message me. And I did a similar one in several different groups. And you will have a black woman, lots of great qualities, super cool person, and she'll have like 5 or less comments under her thing. You come back several hours later, the group has thousands of members, 5 comments. You come back 2 days later, 5 comments, one of them being mine, because obviously, but you will see even a fat white woman, and I'm sorry if saying fat makes you guys offended. It's just, I don't know what the proper words are for it, but you can be a fat white woman, great qualities, likes a lot of cool stuff, has great hobbies, has a cool job, because they even tell you what type of job you have. And this one in particular, I saw she had 2 comments. 2 of thousands of people in the group. You serious right now? And again, one of them is mine because I'm like, hey, you sound cool. Like, what's up? I like horror movies too. Like I comment on a lot of people's stuff and I don't often get any responses to my comments, which is to be expected. I'm a Black person. If they don't like me, they just not going to say anything back. But I comment on most people's stuff. And then you will have, a ugly white man, and he will have 115 comments under his post. And he would, and you know how like a lot of ace people tend to be into things like Harry Potter, D&D, like those anime, like broad fandoms. It'll be a white guy not into any fandoms, any. He will like the most obscure of things that if I posted it, I'd get 0 comments because no one would have anything in common with me. And it would be like 115 comments of like, you cute. Will you date me? Like, I like your outfit. Please talk to me. Can I DM you? And all of that stuff. And like, and they don't even look like somebody who would be fun to be around, let alone aesthetically pleasing. And look, I'm not judging a lot on like how you look in the face wise. I'm making a comparison here. Because don't get me wrong, I like me some ugly people. I like some ugly men, some ugly women, people who everybody else would be like, damn, they ugly. Like, what you doing, Minu? And I'd be like, I like it. Like, I mean, I've had crushes on guys that when I look back, I'm like, damn, he was ugly. And I liked him. So don't get me wrong. I'm just doing for comparison here, okay? I like me some ugly people. Y'all still be cute to me. But yeah, so you'll have that guy. And then you'll have average, maybe below average. I'm not sure. I can't really judge white women too much. I know it sounds bad. A lot of white women look alike. And I don't know if it's on purpose or not. But like if you are a brown-haired white woman, y'all dress alike. Y'all wear your hair the same. Like a lot of y'all had the same hobbies. Like it just blends together for me. I don't know. And maybe I should be around more white people. I don't know. But it'll be like, I'd say like an average white woman. Let's just go for that. Average white woman, 200 comments. You know what I mean? Like, and they'll have the most obscure hobbies or anything like that. 200 comments, an average white woman who's into Harry Potter, 300. It just goes up. Like if you have stuff that actually people can relate to, you're going to get those anyway. But I've seen people who they don't post a picture. They don't say anything about what their hobbies are. They don't say anything about what they like to do for fun. They don't even say a lot about their preferences. Like one white woman posted in the group, literally just said, I'm looking for an ace person who is 19 to 30. That's what I want. And then they get like 50 comments of like, me, I'm 19 to 30. And then like and then they even was like, I really want women, but you could probably be a dude. I don't know. And then it'll be like Deuce in there and be like, oh, do you want a gay best friend or a gay life partner? I'm a dude. Like they're just all like, just me, pick me. Not even saying, because like my comment was that, hey, could you share some things that like maybe your preferences are? Like, I mean, it's a lot of people 19 to 30. What are your preferences? What are you looking for in a partner? What are your hobbies? Like, you want somebody compatible, right? And they were like, I mean, if you cute, then yeah. I mean, I'm not going to talk to somebody if I'm not attracted to you. And that was like their only thing. 19 to 30, I got to think you cute. And they got all these comments of me, literally people just saying me or saying, I'm 21, I'm 25, I'm 35. Will you still take me? Like, I was like, what are you guys do know, right? And I know a lot of you watch BoJack Horseman. You guys do know that someone being ace can't be your only qualification for being in a relationship. Like you have to have something in common. You know how many ace people that I was like talking to where the conversations just died out or they ended up ghosting me because we didn't have shit in common, or people that I was just friends with on Facebook, but we never really spoke because we didn't have shit in common other than the fact that they nice and I'm nice. You know what I mean? Ma'am, what are you doing? Morticia. Of course you would smack my camera. My camera's crooked now. Hold on. It's going to be how it's going to be. What do you want, ma'am? What are you doing? And here comes Morticia to destroy the ace flag. Once again, she a hater. But, yeah, like you can't date somebody and build a relationship or a long-term relationship purely off the fact that they are also an asexual person. Because like, what if you sex repulsed and they sex positive with a high libido? What if you like Harry Potter, but they hate Harry Potter and they only like anime? And they don't like fantasy anime or anime with wizards and witches either. They just like completely separate type of anime than you. You know what I mean? What if they ride horses and your interest is cars? Like you gotta take into account these things. You can't just be like, if they're ace and they're cute, please date me. It don't work out like that. Y'all gonna be dating for like 5 minutes and then it's gonna be over with. Period. And like, as somebody who like tried to be with somebody who was ace and like I thought they were like ace and then they also had like a lot of my same political viewpoints and values and all of this stuff, and it still didn't work out because the person was very immature when it came to relationships. They broke up. Like they were on people who like to break up and make up all the time, and I don't do that shit because I'm grown. But I'm saying, like, it's so many different factors that go into choosing a partner, and I understand allosexual people, they just get with people because they look good. I get it. And sometimes it works for them and sometimes it don't. But if you're an ace, you got to have more in common than just you're cute, because there's nothing else you're going to do with that. What, you going to take some pictures? Is that what you're going to do? You're going to take cute pictures together? And then what? What if they want kids and you don't want kids? Now you done wasted your time because you're going to end up breaking up. But it doesn't matter, because if you are average white woman or even below average white woman, you're going to get hella people just crawling, trying to get you to like them. Oh, another group I noticed gets ignored a lot. Indian men, dark-skinned Latinos get ignored a lot. Nobody says anything on their stuff. Older, there's a couple people where like you can be white and people still ignore you. So like if you're an old disabled person, for some reason you get ignored too. I'm not sure the reason behind that, because there are old people in these ace groups, but I've seen some old disabled people who get ignored a lot. Like, I'm just like, why? I don't understand. But let you be black man, black woman, dark-skinned Latin man, dark-skinned Indian man, no results. Let you be a light-skinned Latin woman, a East Asian light-skinned woman, average-looking white woman, Russian white women, anything. If you got fair skin, you're gonna get a lot of comments under your post. You don't even gotta say shit. You could literally just say, hey, who's in the UK? You know what I mean? You could be like, who's in Canada? Who's in Belgium? And it'll be you'll be like, who's in Belgium? It'll be a motherfucker in Mexico. Like, I'll please take me. Please, you're so cute. You know what I mean? And you could be a black person posting the cutest video you got, and people be like, cute photo, don't want to DM you, don't want to talk to you, don't want to be your friend. And it's frustrating, because I mean, like, I comment on a lot of people, but I usually, even if I think you're cute, if I read through the forms that we post and we don't have shit in common, like, say you coming in and you're cute, but you like, I'm a Christian, I want kids, I'm a dog person, I hate cats, I hate scary movies, I only watch romantic comedies. You know what I mean? I'm probably not gonna say anything to you because one, you're probably not gonna respond to my message anyway. But two, I ain't mean to do the middle finger. But two, we have nothing to talk about. Like I've had people who I've messaged who been like, oh, I'm gonna DM you, and they DM me, and we have nothing to talk about. We live completely different lives. We don't share anything interest wise, and it's just frustrating because you kind of think when you're in the asexual community that is because a lot of us either don't experience sexual attraction or we very rarely experience sexual attraction, that we're gonna be capable of choosing our partners based off something other than their looks. And we don't. We don't. Like even romantic orientation, I don't fully understand it. I might be aromantic, I don't know. But I don't fully understand romantic orientation because it really just feels like a lot of people it just feels like aesthetic attraction to me. Because I'm like, you only feel like you can have a romantic feelings for like one gender or one type of person. And I think it confuses me too when it's like not even just one gender, but like if you only commenting under the post of like people of certain races, I'm like, you mean to tell me that you only experience romantic attraction to people of certain races? That don't sound weird to you? Sound to me like you're just going off, looks. And I hesitate to call people racist. I don't really like to call people racist because it's not a lot of people who I feel like you're racist, but I feel like if you are the majority in a racist country, like say you grew up in America or maybe Britain, or like some country where it's just mostly white people and you don't really like anybody who isn't white, and people are and who aren't white are oppressed in that society. If you grow up in that system, you're growing up in a racist system. So you're going to have a lot of these internalized biases and stereotypes about people of color. And, the right thing to do as a white person is to kind of work through that and to be conscious of it. Kind of like how like my white friend was like, oh, I don't have any black friends. I only have white friends. You have to be conscious of that and think about like, what is it that I'm doing in this majority black city where I am not meeting and forming connections with people who aren't white? Like what's going on there? Because the chances of you making black friends in a city that is majority black is very, very high. So what are you doing that's turning these people away from you? Or what are you doing that might be meaning that you are avoiding people who aren't white women? Because you don't know. You never know. But you want to look at that and you want to examine it. So I don't feel like it's like, oh, people in the ace community are racist as individuals. But I do think that there is that racism's kind of like a cloud. You know what I mean? Like it's a bunch of clouds that just hover over America all the fucking time. And it's very frustrating because I feel like it's a lot of white people who are walking around with giant umbrellas, like black umbrellas that they can't even see that it's raining sometimes, you know what I mean? And then it's like people of color are walking around like, damn, it's about to rain. And we're just like cognizant of it all the time. And so like, I can understand how white people may be thinking, oh, it's just my preference. I just prefer these people, or I just think these people look good. I just think that they're cute. And that's why I want to talk to them. Not realizing that the only people who you think look cute are light-skinned people of color or white people. And it doesn't even seem to matter like how attractive the person, like how conventionally attractive the person is. It only matters that they are of a certain color and a certain body type. Because remember I said, if you're a white woman and you're overweight, you're not getting as many comments, even though it be the cutest overweight women. Oh, I got some friends, man. When I tell you these girls was cute, they had their tattoos, they had their nose ring, they had their hair done, they had the makeup lit, they had the cutest of outfits on. And I was like, damn, girl, look at you. And they hardly get as many comments as the not what did I call it again? Below average skinny white woman who's just like, hey, she could just say, hey. I've seen some where they're just like a picture of them and it's just like, hey, and then everybody's like, hey, with the extra Y's and shit. And it's very, very frustrating because I'm like, all they did was just be white. And then they get all of this attention. And then you see black women and black men and anybody whose skin is below a certain skin tone They post in these groups and they basically get ignored. And it's frustrating. And I just wanted to point that out because I, even when I join these like Black only or POC only groups, I will see a lot of stuff about how, people of color are struggling to date, but they're not pointing out the fact that they're struggling to date even within the ace community. You know what I mean? Which you think would be easier because you can easily find somebody who has the same ideas on sex as you. Now we just got to be compatible enough to form a relationship, and we don't even have to worry about the sex part. But they don't. They don't. And I see people all the time like asking, like, are people even getting in relationships in these groups? And some of them are, but a lot of them are not. And I just feel like it's because you're just throwing yourself at people who are cute. Oh, if I see a light-skinned Asian man, a East Asian, all the K-pop stands in the comments. I just thought about that because there are some light-skinned Asian men. There's very few of them, but the ones who post, oh yeah, all the K-pop stands in the comments. Like they're all in there ready to be like, you look like the fuck is one of them K-pop people. Ji-hoon. Is it Ji-hoon? Is it Ji-moon? I don't fucking know. I don't follow that stuff, but you know what I mean. Or the anime stands would be like, East Asian man, I love it. And, be all up in their comments. And then they just have their pick of the litter, which probably don't end up actually dating anybody. I don't know. But y'all, we got to be more self-aware. We got to be more cognizant of the people who we are reaching out to. Because it sounds like it's a lot of people wasting their time anyway, because you're going based off looks. First of all, some of y'all say you going based off looks. You looking for somebody who look just like you. Like when I mean just like you, I don't mean just another white person. I mean they look just like you. Like I've noticed a lot of FTM trans men or like trans MBs. Fuck you call it. Trans men or mask MBs look exactly the same. Like short black hair, usually a white person or a light-skinned person of color. You wear the same clothes, like you pose the same in the pictures. And some of y'all are just looking for people who look just like you. And I'm just like, I don't know nothing about that. I think that's a psychological thing. But some of y'all are just looking for people who have that exact same look. And unfortunately, a lot of white people tend to like to look exactly the same as other white people for some reason. I don't know. White people in the comments, please tell me, because I don't know. But y'all got to be more cognizant of what you're looking for when you're actually looking for a relationship. Because when I'm looking for a relationship, I'm looking for some shit that's going to last. Like I'm looking for us to have things in common, similar values, similar hobbies, similar interest. You know what I mean? Because if we don't have that, the relationship's not going to last more than a few weeks. Or it might not start at all because I'm going to be like, damn, we ain't got shit in common. We can't even talk to each other, And so I'm just like, I cannot just go off of somebody looks cute. Because a lot of times these people who I think look cute, I comment on their shit. They never say nothing back to me because they had a pick of the litter, whenever somebody posts a picture. So you just got to think about it, especially white people, because when I tell you the people of color, they are not just they're not out there just saying, oh, I just want to talk to people of color. Like they are commenting on people's posts. They are talking to people. They are engaging with people. They are getting ignored. And then you have all of these white people or light-skinned people of color who are just getting hundreds of comments of people trying to talk to them every single time they post. Some of them post introduction posts 2-3 times and still get a whole bunch of posts. And they just go and say, well, if you're cute, I'll talk to you. And then people act like there's nothing wrong with that. There's something wrong with that. But yeah. I've been talking too long. But yeah, I just wanted y'all to take a step back, really examine your implicit, explicit biases. Look at your preferences, like really look at them. Is your preference just cute? Or is your preference something that has like you have to have a list of things that you're looking for in a partner? And then look at the people who you've been commenting and who you've been reaching out to. Look at your friend group. Look at the people who you've added on these social media sites based off the age groups that you've been in. Is everybody that you've added from these groups been white people or light-skinned POC people? You know, is everybody that you've added has just been anyone who likes Harry Potter? I don't know. I don't know what your specific situation is, but I really encourage people in the ace community and to just think about it. Think about what you're doing. Think about how you're interacting with the people in the world, and really re-examine it to see if you are operating off something that is like a genuine preference, or is it just a bias that you've had because you live in a majority white country and you think that you'll be most compatible with white people because y'all look alike. But that's all I wanted to talk about today. If you guys have opinions on this or experiences on this, again, please let me know down in the comments. I want to hear them. I want to talk to you guys because, like I said, some of y'all are really, really cool, and y'all got some really great ideas and some really good insights into things that I may not have been thinking about or that I might not have noticed. So let me know down in the comments. Like and subscribe if you like this video and my other videos. I'll see you guys next week. Love you guys. Bye.